Hi, Sherisse. We are interviewing Sherisse today for Exalter, and just to find out a little bit more about her. And she has a really big influence, and she's beautiful, plays sports, has it all going for her, and we just want to figure out a little into how she balances all of these great things that you're up to. So this is Sherisse. Tell us a little bit about you.
I'm 15. I'm going to be a junior, so I'm young for my grade. That's it.
Okay, that's good. Alright, so let's kind of get into why you're so famous on IG. Like, when did your followers start really building?
In middle school, I had an Instagram account, and then for some reason it got deleted. I don't even know why. So I was like, I don't know, I even want another Instagram. Then I was like, why not, right? Why not? So then I made another one, and then I didn't have a lot of followers. And freshman year, I had posted something, and it kind of got to the Explore page, and I got a bunch of followers, and then I just grew.
What was that you posted?
It was a picture or video. I can't remember. It was a picture of video, and I was in the sun, and I was like.
So really, you were just being you in the sun, and that just kind of.
I was walking to school actually. That was my first day. I was I'm walking to school today.
Okay, and then you just got hit on the Explore page, and people just started following you.
It's crazy.
Wow. Well, what's so cool is that you were just naturally in your own environment doing your own thing, and people just started gravitating to who you were. I know one question you get asked a lot on your IG is, what is your ethnicity? So for everyone, what is your ethnicity?
I'm Black, Asian, Hispanic, and white. Everything.
And why do you think that they are always asking you that question?
I don't look like one thing, so when they try to put me oh, she looks like she's specifically only Hispanic, I don't look only Hispanic or only Black or only white or anything. I look different, I guess. You can't really ask, you can't tell what I am.
So how does that affect you day to day, do you think?
It doesn't really. I don't think it really matters what I am.
So why do you think that they're so curious about that then?
I don't know. I don't know. So it's I guess maybe they don't want to say something that's me. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, I think something that's cool about having so many different looks is that you get to relate to so many people. A lot of different cultures can see similarities that they have in you. So that's just really cool, because even though people can't figure out what you are, but they see all these ethnicities mixed in what you are, they're like, hey, I have some of those features, and she does too. So that really brings about a lot of people. That's cool. Yeah. So you play sports, you're a star athlete, you're one of the best out there in the CIA, right? Is that the
CIA?
The CIA? CIF. All right, and you are running over 100,000 follower IG, going to 200,000 basically soon. And you also have really beautiful long hair, long curly hair. That in itself takes a long time. I know at least a good hour and a half detangling or straightening, whatever you decide to do with it. So those things just take up time. Besides being an all-star student, you are basically above 3.0, sometimes 4.0 student. So how do you balance all of those things?
This is gonna sound really bad, but I only wash my hair once a week. I really don't have time. As soon as I wash it, I just have practice the next day. So it doesn't really matter what I do. I wash my hair on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. So I don't do anything unless I have a game. And my games are usually in the morning, so I do that later. And then schoolwork, I don't really have time for schoolwork. I just sleep a lot, so schoolwork usually gets done, like, I hang out in the library with my teammates, like all my teammates. We just stay in the library, and whatever homework we want to get done, we just do it. And then there's always time to do it on the bus, or like when I wake up from a nap, I'll do my homework. But I don't really get a lot of homework, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So what do you think is the hardest part about balancing all of these things, or what do you spend the most time doing then?
Honestly, basketball just occupies all my time. So if I'm not playing basketball, I'm sleeping, and it's like, that's pretty much it. I don't really have time to post when school starts. I only post like Saturdays and Sundays when I'm not busy. So it's what I could do.
Okay. So two things. I'm going to come back to your posts, what you're posting, and then also you said basketball takes up most of your time. As an athlete and playing basketball, and obviously putting a lot of time in to get better, what is the benefits of being an athlete? And yeah, what's the benefits of being an athlete? Do you think that that's important for any student to like become an athlete?
I think that it's just doing what you like to do. If you don't want to play a sport, you don't have to play a sport to make you, like, you know, just do what you want to do. If, like, for me, I've been playing basketball almost all my life, so it's like there's a huge part of my life missing if I don't play.
Okay. So you really found that in basketball. What does basketball do for you that maybe some other sports may not?
I don't know, I just like it more. I can't play soccer, I suck at soccer. And I can't really do volleyball because I just can't do that either. I'm just not good at other sports, so it's like, just stick to what I know.
Okay, so you found a sport that's really good for you and then just kept on developing that. Yeah. What do you think your life would be without basketball?
I don't know, I can't really think. Like, I don't think I really would have a life without basketball. I just sleep all day.
Okay, well, I can relate. Alright. Those are good. Okay, so also what you're posting. So it's like you don't get a chance to really post while you're in season. So you really kind of take up your time to post while you're not in season. I love your posts. They're very genuine. They're fun. You do a little bit of tutorial, but you have some comic sometimes at the end of your pages. Those are really extremely funny because it's just like, okay, and then like they're just funny. So how did you come up with that style?
I don't know. I just like I like to laugh a lot, so I'm like, why not make other people laugh? And I'm always on Twitter because Twitter's really hilarious, and I just see stuff and I'm just like, this is funny. I know people can relate. I'm gonna post this.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then I know you said you love to make other people laugh, or seeing other people happy and making them laugh. Why is that important to you?
Because I don't know, I like to laugh, so why wouldn't other people want to laugh? Just everyone should be happy. Why not?
And then you have a lot of followers, like I said, around 140,000, maybe more than that, building every day, going to 200,000 very quickly. What would you like to say to someone that's just looking up to you? What is something that you can say that's meaningful for that person that wants to possibly grow their following, or is inspired by you? What is something that you want to let them know?
Well, first I would thank them for supporting me, because not everyone, everyone's gonna either hate you or love you, and it doesn't really matter what you do because you're living your life. No one else is gonna live your life for you. And no one's gonna live your life for you, so just don't listen to anyone who has anything negative to say. Just do you. And if you really want to grow your following, grow your following. No one's gonna really, hold it against you if you don't, but do what you want to do.
Cool. Okay, so we're just gonna go a little bit about beauty. What does beauty mean to you?
I don't know.
Or what do you think is beautiful? If that makes more sense?
nature.
Or even for yourself or people, like what is something that's like, what are some features that are beautiful on people or anything?
I don't know.
Or what characteristics that you think make someone beautiful?
Personality, because you could be really, really pretty, and if you're just like the meanest person or like I don't know, unpleasant person in the room, no one's gonna want to like go your way because you're not very nice.
That's good. Anything else? That's kind of what we were getting at too, like inner beauty, like how someone's feeling, like you can see that, like that just starts exuding in someone's self. Do you feel like there's any like pressures as far as like, because you have such a big influence? I know you do some tutorials, skin tutorials and so on, but there's so much on social media, so much beauty, so much makeup, so much all these other things. Do you feel any pressure?
I don't feel pressured like to be like the next person because I'm me and no one else is gonna like take that from me. So like it doesn't matter to me how many followers I have or like what I do that someone else is doing. It's just, for me, the pressure is more like I have to post because people are gonna complain if I don't post. And like they'll unfollow me because they think like I'm not being active or something happened to me, so they'll just unfollow me. But like I don't really care that much if they unfollow me, so it's like it's whatever. That's mainly the only thing. And like
last question. For someone that maybe is feeling a lot of pressure just by looking at everyone else, not necessarily about what you post, but someone that's feeling a lot of pressure or feeling really down on themselves, not confident, not sure like how to be themselves, and they're just feeling really like trapped in that. Do you have any advice for them? Since you've been able to really like, you know, be yourself and really freely. Like where do they start?
okay, a lot of people don't know this, but I kind of struggle with that too. So like on Instagram, it's like one of my outlets. It's like I post and people only see me for like what I show them. So like they won't ever know who I really am. But like I'm not like hiding myself or anything, but like that's what it is. But that's not what I'm telling you to do. This is like I don't know what to do. Just do whatever makes you happy, I guess.
So you think that there's one side that people post on Instagram?
Yeah.
And then what do you think about all the other sites that is not being featured?
I post on Instagram like my real side because like that's how I am in real life, but like when I'm by myself, because I'm pretty quiet most of the other times, I don't like being loud. I don't like being heard, I guess. So yeah, that's just how I am.
I think a lot of people, and especially a lot of people on Instagram, could relate to that. It's been already like a culture, and I feel like we're breaking out of it a little bit because more people are talking about what's real and not just like only posting one side as much. But that's a great thing for you to bring up because we live this life, and then we have Instagram, and then you even said you're actually more real on Instagram sometimes than you feel like
I am
in real life. What do you think is great in those moments where you can, why can you be yourself in those moments and not in the other moments, you think?
Because like I don't know, I feel like I don't know, maybe because like I don't really like know people who follow me, like I'm not like, super close to them or anything, but it doesn't really matter who I'm close to. I'm just like a quiet person in general unless I'm by myself, and when I'm by myself I'm like, I don't know, more open, I guess, because it's just me, so it's like whatever. But on Instagram I don't really care who's watching me, it's still gonna be just me, so it's like, yeah, no one really has to care what I do, it's just me.
that is it for my questions. And I think, thank you for sharing. And that's really fun. We're gonna do a catch-up segment with you because already what you're learning and doing is really cool, and I think you're just gonna keep on expanding what you do, and we're gonna keep on learning from you. So yeah, awesome. Thanks.